1 month ago, I decided to start playing League, and there have been a lot of low points. Like there, I'm just dumb and I'm going for things I can't do. I shouldn't have gone for it, should I? If I go in at all, I'm just dead. Who's voting to take this? Who's just said, yeah, you know what, take that. Their entire team's alive. Half our team's dead. You know what, yeah, sure. Whatever, just go ahead and take that. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? But now that changes, because I will be spending the next 2 weeks trying as many mid-lane champions as I can. My goal is to find the best mid laner to improve at League, and to motivate myself to do this, I will be doing a challenge, and if I fail this challenge, I will drink this 2-year-old expired tobacco hot sauce. The way this challenge is going to work is if I do not try at least 6 champions, and don't get at least 3 games with an average of 7 CS a minute, I fail. And this time I decided that I would use a professional guide to help me instead of u.gg. And that led me to a Coach Curtis tier list. He had 2 separate tier lists. The first one iron to silver and the other silver to gold. And so I compare the 2 of them because I want a champ that is good in iron, but also good in high reloads. And the first champ who stood out to me was Nefiri. Her kit seemed simple to use and she is an assassin like Ori is, which I'm used to. And now she fucking dies. You're not escaping, bitch. Oh god. I will say one thing I do like about Thingy is the fact that the movement speed is just fucking crazy. I dominated the lane. My opponent could not get any CS while I was there. For the first time playing, I could get kills consistently and feel more powerful than my opponent. This pattern continued throughout the entire laning phase. Unfortunately, I did get overconfident, which led me to making a lot of dumb plays. Watch what I'm actually doing. I don't think they'd say that I'm doing that well. I don't think I'm actually doing well. Like there, I'm just dumb and I'm going for things I can't do, but I was still winning. I thought maybe my opponent was just bad and this is a fluke, so I decided to play some more games, but I won over and over. I even got a perfect KDA with a match with a 6.5 CS per minute, which is just 0.5 away from my goal. In all honesty, it just felt too easy. Like, am I just born with some kind of God-given talent for assassin roles? I think maybe, to be honest. But regardless, I decided to move on because I needed to complete my challenge. So I picked a new champ to play, and that champ was Brand. Now, Brand, according to Coach Curtis, is one of the best champs for learning the game. He's not hard to play, and he lets you improve a lot. But to be honest, that is not what I felt while playing him. Jesus Christ. I don't like Brand. Not at all. I feel like out of all the champions I've tried, honestly, Brand feels like one of the worst ones. Just so far, at least. He feels really shit. His abilities were fine to use, but I was doing no damage. And I was losing lane badly. And I definitely did tilt over this, but then I had a moment of realization. Maybe this was a good thing. Like, maybe I should play more of Brand, because it will actually make me improve at the game. Then we got into a big team fight. I also feel like I should definitely have Ignite and not Teleport. I think I've just set up my Brand completely wrong. I feel like that's where a lot of it is just fucking gone to shit. No matter how many abilities I landed or anything, I wasn't doing any damage. Brand felt like the most useless champ in existence. But after reviewing the gameplay, now afterwards, I can see that pretty much all of this was my fault. And I was so insanely tilted at this point that honestly, I would not have been able to play Brand for another game, even if I wanted to. So with that, I decided to move on to the next champion, which was Malzahar. He is the #1 champ that was recommended to me for complete beginners. Right, visions, circle around me. Suppress an enemy champion. Okay, damage over time. He seems simple enough, I guess. I will say his abilities were good for trading. I landed very good trades left and right, and I could get a good amount of CS. Did I have to aim that? Does that just hit on its own? Because I feel like if it's meant to be good for learning the game, then surely not. Yeah, that hits on its own. Really? What? So a character that's meant to help you learn the game, you can just ignore skill shots. It feels a bit backwards to me, to be honest. The only fucking problem is that I do no damage. Even after landing every single ability I have, including my ultimate, I managed to take half of Talon's health. I'm focusing on Talon. Suppressed his ass. Ay. Oh, what? I thought that would have gone better. I didn't think our entire support and, you know, our fucking jungler was going to die there. And this was not a one-time occurrence. I could get good trades, but when a real fight came, I had no chance of killing my opponent. They would need to be at like 30% health to start if I even wanted a chance of killing them. Malzahar felt so poke heavy that I couldn't focus on CS when the enemy champ was there. I didn't know why, but the enemy talent didn't push me, even though he should have definitely have done it more, because every time he decided to push, I would die immediately. The game ended early, thankfully, and that was the last time I ever wanted to play Malzahar. I now realize that this is probably quite similar to what I had going on with Brand, but honestly I was so pissed off at this point I could not take anymore. And after having these 2 games back to back, my morale was so low that I wasn't able to handle it. But the thought of drinking 2-year-old expired tobacco hot sauce definitely helped me to keep trying. Although I was very close to quitting after getting autofilled into top lane 4 times, but I pushed through after dodging my first game ever, which did not feel good. And at this point I'm nearly halfway through the challenge and I'm close to completing the first challenge of playing 6 champs, but I am nowhere near of getting an average of 7 CS a minute for 3 games. So I decided I'll try 3 champs in one day and then come into the next week with 2 mains to focus on and improve with. The first champ I decided to play for this day was Veigar, largely because I already own him and I have no money, and he is somewhat known for being a beginner friendly champ. So I loaded into a game. I was facing Vladimir, so I felt pretty confident because I have played Vladimir before and he was very weak and I couldn't get any kills with him. So with my confidence, I was getting a lot of good trades early on, but this Vlad was not playing the same way that I was when I played him. I was able to stun him, but I was not landing attacks while he was in the cage. Sometimes I feel like maybe I was just playing Vladimir completely wrong, because like, what's going on? He was capable of doing plenty of damage, unlike I was. And really, all of this was just reinforcing the idea that the champions I'm playing are not the issue, it's me. I am the problem. But nonetheless, I pushed through and actually did fairly well in a few team fights with Veigar. Yeah. Oh bro, I forgot how strong thing he is. But that did not last long, and only after 25 minutes we did lose. So overall, I did enjoy playing Veigar. He does feel like he could definitely be an option to be my main. With the next game, I went with Victor. Now, I actually did start playing LoL because of the Arcane show, so I was actually pretty excited to try Victor. I've played against him before, and he seemed very strong. If only I knew what was in store for me. All my hopes of maining Victor went away so fast. I played against Zed. Now, I don't actually know if that is a bad matchup, but for me, it was awful. Zed countered me in every way I could possibly imagine. Oh my god, that was a lot of damage. Come on, Vi. Come on, Vi. Even out for me. Surely Vi gets that kill. Come on. You're on him. Just hit him. Oh my god. I could not physically get into range to hit him with any of my abilities without getting countered and killed, and this happened every single time. Zed could legit attack me under tower while I was on full health and get away only having lost half his HP or less. I'm gonna get question marked, aren't I? What the fuck? What? I assume that's his ultimate. What? So he teleported to me, did shit ton of damage on turret, teleported back, and then afterwards it executed me. Like, the fuck am I meant to do against that? To be honest, Victor's abilities were never the issue, but after this experience, I was so incredibly tilted. The thought of playing Victor again had nearly had me in tears. So I am just done with Victor. Instead, I wanted to move on to the last champion I'll be trying, Vex. Vex is also one of the champs on the tier list, which was highly recommended for beginners and who is still good at high elos. So to start off the game, I was against Yone, and I won't lie, I loved Vex's Q. It was amazing for poking. Unfortunately, I was not able to do much damage with his W, which is an AoE attack around your champion, because if I got close to Yone, I would instantly die. Oh, was that a mistake? I don't know. I don't have abilities. I managed to stay alive and do well for about 11 minutes, but after that things started going downhill rapidly. Since Yon had gotten more gold and was now ahead in kills, my trades were going worse and worse and worse. But regardless of the fact that I didn't get kills for the entire game, Vex was still one of the more fun champions. I liked his abilities, the only downside was his ultimate. Now, me not getting any kills is also largely due to the game ending early, because while I was getting bullied, my teammates were destroying the enemy team in teamfights, so they gave up at around 13 minutes in. So now comes the very difficult decision of picking who I want to main. Out of everyone, I enjoyed Vex, Veigar and Nefiri the most, but I was tempted to play with Brand or Malzahar as well, because of how highly recommended they were by coaches. The only champ I was 100% certain on wanting to main is Nefiri, which only leaves one more, and I chose Malzahar. I think that might come as a bit of a surprise because of how badly it went with Malzahar, and to be honest, at this point I was leaning most towards Vex. The issue is that because of her ultimate, she is pretty similar to an assassin, just like Nefiri is. And due to that, I thought that I would play Malzahar instead, because then I get a mix of both a mage playstyle and an assassin one. So due to how badly things went last time with Malzahar, I watched a ton of tutorials, and they all talked about being patient and how bad getting solo killed is. And with Malzahar specifically, you cannot do 1v1s in general, and you should be with your team the entire time getting kills alongside them, and you need your ult to be viable in a fight. So I took all of this with me into my next game, and I didn't die much early on, but it did take a while to get used to playing like this, so I did make a lot of mistakes. My first game ended with 0 kills, 4 deaths and 0 assists, but I stuck with it, and very quickly I was improving massively.
I mean, I could call that he was going to be greedy again. That W is strong as shit.
But unfortunately, although I was playing well and even the best in the team for a few games, I was not getting an average of 7 CS a minute. And with that, the challenge is over. I needed to try 6 different champions, which I've done, but I also need to get 3 games with at least 7 CS a minute, which I did not do. Which means I will be drinking this 2-year-old tobacco hot sauce. Tabasco hot sauce. I've said tobacco the entire time. Tabasco. I've got my trusty spoon. So I will be doing this now because I'm a very smart person. Alright, let's see if we can get this. It stinks. Okay, right. Filling the spoon might be a bit difficult, so I'm just going to do it as much as I can. There we go. That's pretty much a spoon's worth. Okay? It reeks. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Ah! Oh! Oh! Ah! Oh, it's so spicy. Oh my god. Oh, that is awful. Oh, it tastes like shit. Oh, I need milk.